Producers, if you give me 5 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how you can make $3,000 in the next 30 days. I'm going to cut right to the chase and just give you the bare bones strategy so that you can go and implement exactly what you need to do to get that $3,000 and you can stop doing anything unnecessary. This is a really lean model, so let's hop right into the video. And real quick, before we hop in, if you want to know the exact offers that I use to sell my beats for $250, $500, and $1,000. And what I want you to do is DM me the word offers on Instagram at Kobe Sample Source, and I'll send you a free course over that's going to go and outline exactly how you can build profitable offers that can make you thousands of dollars a month, if not thousands of dollars in a single day. All right, now let's hop back into the video. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do, we're going to go over the macro to make this work, is you want to start cutting things out. And so we're going to focus on what we don't want to do first. And most people think that they're superhumans that can do 20 things at once. And really, human beings are only designed to do one thing at a time. And so when you understand that, you'll start cutting out stuff. So if you want this Instagram strategy to work, stop doing YouTube. Stop trying to release your music and push to streaming. You don't want to do that. The other thing that you can stop doing is email marketing. A lot of people have like 20 people on their email list, even 200, even 2,000, and they think that email marketing is going to be their main customer acquisition system. You can stop doing all of that. And the other thing is just being a content creator. So a lot of producers think that they're content creators. It's like, we're not content creators. We're business owners. We're not email marketers. And so like if you have 20,000 on your email list and you're able to sell a ton of beats that way, cool, do email. But you're not an artist. You're a producer who's trying to monetize. And if you're doing YouTube and you're getting like 100 views a video, you're making like $50 a month, or they're all hitting you up on IG anyways, it just doesn't really matter. Like, you don't need to do YouTube. It's not going to work for you. So YouTube is a long play. So if you're doing long plays, then it's like, sure, go and stream your music and don't sell anything for years, or go and do YouTube for a few years and see where it goes. And it's pretty much the same with all of these other ones as well. So you don't need to do any of these things to be successful. So let's go and focus on what the do's are. So you need to do outreach. You need to reach out to artists that don't know about you and sell to them. And you need to do that 50 times a day. What are the other things that you need to do? You need to have a personal brand. And so if you're not showing your face, then there's no way that this strategy will work. So a lot of people, they think that they can do half of it and it'll work the exact same way. And it's just really naive. It's not going to work that way. So what you need to do instead is you need to put your face out there and you need to connect your person with your production. And so what that means is you go and record with your phone of you vibing out to your beat, rocking with it, doing that. And then you go and screen record your DAW so that it is going through the existing beat. And then you throw that into, whether it's iMovie, whether it's CapCut, you throw that in and then you put the high quality WAV file behind it so that you have high quality audio, you have a professional looking video, and you put all that together and just post a few reels. And the difference is that we're not, you may say like, well, isn't this synonymous with this? So here's the difference. A lot of people are content creators and they think they're going to make money with it. Now, what this is designed to nurture and indoctrinate. And so we're trying to nurture and indoctrinate. And so you may say like, well, now I'm even more confused. What do you mean by that? So by nurturing, what we mean is that when we do these outreaches, the artist is going to go to your profile, see that you have a personal brand, see that you have content out, and they're going to say, oh, that's what's up. I really like this. So I really like that he has this content out. They're going to go through a bunch of your content and then they're going to be indoctrinated. They're going to be addicted to your sound. And so whenever they get to that point, essentially they're going to come back and DM you back and say, bro, like, yeah, thank you for reaching out to me. I really like what you got going on here. So if you do that, then you'll definitely be able to build a business and not just followers or a fan base, right? You can have fans that don't pay you. So that's what they don't tell you. So once you've built the personal brand, once you start doing the outreach, now you need a sales system. And so we need something that's going to convert them into beat buyers. So we're going to use Zoom for that. So basically the funnel is going to be one, you go and start DMing them. And so you're going to say, hey, like, what's up? I really like this song. You're an amazing artist, right? So go and reach out to artists you like. The second thing that you want to do is say, like, yeah, are you releasing music anytime soon? Number two. Third thing you want to do when they say, yeah, I am releasing music sometime soon. Number three thing you want to do, oh, that's what's up. What kind of music have you been inspired by lately? What kind of beats have you been looking for lately? What kind of mood has been inspired you to write music? So you go and throw that third one out there. They go and say which one it is. And then you say, oh, that's what's up. Well, I have some that are going to be just like that. And I'm not sure if you even care or not, but that would be something that I can offer if you're interested. If they say, for sure, I'm interested, send some to my email. Then what you want to do is just send your website link to their Instagram DMs, right? So that's all the DM conversation that you're doing. And then after that, you say, hey, would you want to hop on a quick call and talk sometime? I would love to get to know each other. And so if you do that, then essentially what's going to happen is you push to the phone call. And this is just an IG audio call to make it easy, but you're going to start basically building the relationship. You're not selling them on anything. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow them to let their guards down, to be honest with you. And at the end of that call, you're going to go for the kill, which is to get them onto the Zoom sales call. And so you're going to say at the end of that call, you're like, hey, well, I really enjoyed talking to you. Like I said earlier, I feel like I have some beats for you. So would you want to hop on Zoom and preview some? And if they say yes, then you're like, cool. Well, I have a couple questions to fill out on the link and send you. And then at the end, you can book the call through my calendar. Is that cool with you? They say yes. And you send them over. So in between them booking the call and you talking with them in Calendly, that's what's going to integrate these, Calendly. And so in this, you're going to have a few questions. You want to have a question that says, just to be clear, like, what kind of mood are you looking for right now? Or what kind of beat are you looking for right now? Is it going to be like more open? Is it going to be busier? Is it going to be darker? Is it going to be more chill? And so they go and start checking the boxes off there. Then you'll have another music related question as well. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. And then you're going to have two financial questions. Do you have a budget? Can you put down a deposit at the end of the call if this is a good fit? And if they say yes to the financials, then you'll go and take the call, and then you're going to want to close it and get paid on that call. You want to deposit to start working on a custom beat. So that is the strategy in short. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But essentially, what we're going to be selling is what I want to focus on. We need to sell 3 beats times $1,000. And before you guys lose me and start adjusting the price or stop believing that this will work, this is why somebody would buy this from me. I'll do 1 or 2 custom beats. It's going to come with free mixing and mastering. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this in a second. So the next thing you want to do is a free arrangement session. Oops, almost spelled session wrong. So you do the free arrangement session. And the other thing you can do is say, like, hey, if, I'll do free revisions for 30 days. And at the end of those 30 days, if you don't like it, and I've done everything I can, then I'll give you your money back, guaranteed. So if you do this offer right here, then that's going to make you $1,000 per beat or $1,000 per project. If you're comfortable doing 2 and they don't want to do 2, you can do an entire EP. Just go and do 5 beats for 1,000. So it's like, what's the difference between doing 1 beat for 500 and 2 beats for 1,000? What's the difference between doing 2 beats for 250 and 8 beats for 1,000? Do the whole album for 1,000. It doesn't matter. But what we want to do is increase the average deal size to 1K, because that way you can sell to less artists and make way more money. That's what we want to do, because that way even if you have 997 artists say no, or in this case, it would be 400 and or 1,497 artists say no, then you would still be able to sell 3 to them, right? Because we're reaching out to 50 artists a day, and there's 30 days in a month. That's 1,500 artists a month. And so if 1,497 say no, we still hit our goal. Just doesn't matter. And so that's the importance of numbers. So you need to have high volume here. If you're hitting up 10 artists a day, then it's like, good luck. Good luck doing this. You need to hit up way more. You need to hit up 20 or 30 artists a day, and you need to do it consistently every single day. So whenever like Manic and Teaser get to this amounts, and like I helped Jeremy get to 2,000 a month, I helped Marvin get to 3,000 a month, I've helped Grandtastic Beats get to 2,500 a month. They are very serious about staying on top of everything they need to do on a daily to day basis. Okay. So if you do all of that, then what you can expect is about 50% are going to respond. So you're down to 750. And then out of 750 responses, you're probably going to get about, let's say 50 triage calls. And then out of 50 triage calls, you're going to get about, let's say 20 sales calls that show up. So if you get 20 sales calls that show up, you'll probably actually make 5,000 in the month. But let's say you only close 3 out of 20. So if you close 3 out of 20, which is, let's see, that's going to be what? That's going to be 30%, 15%. So if you close 15%, give you a deposit for the $1,000 beat, then you've made 3,000 in revenue per month. So what you want to do for the deposit at the end of the call, if they feel really good about moving forward, you say, cool, well, I usually typically do a deposit up front that's going to be 25%. So I would just do 250 today to lock it in, make sure you're serious. And that way I can get to start on this record, and then we can work out splitting up the rest of the payments. So we can either do 250 per month. So you do like 250 times 4, or you can do 250 up front. And then do it like every 2 weeks, or you can do 100 a week. 100, 100 per week. And so then they'd have 50 left over eventually, which you work that out. But essentially, if you do a payment plan like this, even if they do 100 up front and then they do $50 a week, you're still good, because that would be, if they do $50 a week, that's 200 a month. And they just do that for about, that would be 4.5 months. And then they'd be completely paid up. So either way, you're just going to work out like what works for them as far as like income wise, all that stuff. But basically, if they like your beats that they preview in the call, they should be good to move forward and work with you. Okay. So that's essentially what we're going to do here. All right. Now let's go over how you close the sale. So when you get to the end of the call, you start with rapport 1. So your intro is going to be rapport. Then you want to have a frame. And so whenever you're done talking about the weather and what the music scene is like out there, and you get to the frame, what you want to say is something like this. Yeah, so I don't really care if you, if you want to work or not. Honestly, I want to work with you, but if this isn't a good fit, no worries. If it is, then at the end of the call, I typically will just take a deposit down, if that's fair. And then if they say yes to that, then you can move forward. If they don't, then make sure you come at this from a different angle until they say yes to the frame. So once you do the frame, now what we want to do is basically rehash what they need and make sure it's still what they need. And we do a quick check there. You still want customized beat? Do you still want mixing, mastering for free? Do you still want all this stuff? Once you check all that off, then we're going to preview the beats. And so you share your screen, share your audio with Zoom, and you want to make sure that whenever you're previewing them after each beat, you make sure like, hey, was this good or was this bad? Like, did you like it or did you not like it? If they don't, then figure out like what they didn't like about it, so you can play them more beats that are what they want. And then once they find a few that they really like, you're like, cool. Well, like with this being said, do you like the quality of my beats? Do you feel like it's good enough for me to make a custom for you or not? And if they say yes, then you're going to transition and say, cool. Well, with that being said, we can talk more about, what this would be, like what kind of offer this would be, and see if you like it or not. And then we could go over pricing. If they say that sounds good, then you're going to go over your offer, which is going to be your pitch. And at the end of you pitching and saying you get one, you get two, you get three, you get four, and you get all of that for just 1,000. Okay? And then you just pause. And so you're not going to say anything at this point. And so they're going to start working out ways to pay you. They're going to say, you know what? Man, that's a lot of money. And I don't have it in the budget right now. I wish that I could, but that's just too much money for me. At this point, you're going to say, okay, you're going to be closing the deal now. Okay, no worries. So, and just to be clear, like apart from the money, so you want to agree first. You're going to say, okay, no worries. I definitely understand it's a lot of money. Then you want to isolate. Apart from the money, was this something that you wanted to do? 100%. If they say yes, then you're like, oh, okay, so you're going to tie it down. You're going to say, so if we figured out the money side of things, then we can move forward today. And if they say yes, then you go into budget and you start breaking it down and say, well, if I gave you a payment plan, would that be more helpful? If they say, oh yeah, for sure. Or if they say, well, like 1,000 is too much, then you can just drop the price and say like, well, if I took the mixing mastering off, then I can still do both customs and just do it for just 600. Would that be more fair? And then if they say, oh yeah, that'd be fair. I still can't do 600 up front. No worries. Well, what do you think you could do today to lock it in? They say, well, I can do 200. Cool. Well, if we did 200 per month, would that work? Yes. And then you just set them up on a payment plan. The same thing here. If they say a plan would work, then okay, cool. Well, this is what I usually do. I either do $250 per month, or the other option would be to do half up front and then do $50 a week, something like that. So either way, it's fine, but you just want to kind of say like, I either do 250 up front or I do 500 up front. This is what the payment plans look like and which one works for you. And then they just pick one. So if you do it that way, then just collect it through PayPal or Stripe or Cash App. And then at that point, you want to give them reassurance. So you closed. Now you want to give them reassurance that they made the right decision. So you want to reinforce the decision by saying, well, great. I really am excited to work on this. And I look forward to seeing how this is going to come out. I know you're going to be like, man, this is the best beat that I've ever heard in my life when it gets done. So I'll get something back to you within 48 hours or 72 hours. So that is the macro game plan. And to break it down one more time, you want to go and DM 50 artists a day on Instagram. You want to get them onto a phone call. And then you want to convince them to go into a Zoom call. And once you've got them onto a Zoom call, make sure that Calendly has questions set up that are required to walk them through being financially qualified, and those 4 questions in the video to get them to show up financially qualified. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Once you get them onto the Zoom call, you want to do an intro that develops rapport. You also want to do a frame so that they know that, hey, it doesn't really matter either way if you say yes or you say no. And I just want to kind of stay away from maybes. I don't know. I'll think about it. And that way we can focus on making more music. It's that fair. So whatever frame you use, make sure that you get a yes or you get a no at the end of the call. And if they say yes, then what you'll do is you'll just move forward, get them onto a deposit or a payment plan. So once they agree to that frame, then you will go and preview some beats, see if they like some of them, or you'll go through references that they already said for the custom beat. And then you'll say, you know what, I think I can do something just like this. Here's my beats. Are you confident in the quality of my beats and me being able to do something from scratch? So if they say yes, then you say, cool. Well, with that being said, I think we can work together and here's what I want to offer. So you transition into the offer and then you let them know I'm going to do a custom beat for you. It's going to come with free mixing and mastering and all that. So once you've done that, then essentially they will, you're going to drop the price at 1K and you're going to go through that closing method that we talked about. And if they agree to this, make sure you collect the money on the phone. There's nothing worse than getting off the phone and thinking they're going to pay you and then chasing them down for weeks. So get a decision on the phone, yes or no. And if it's a yes, then take a deposit down. If they won't do a deposit, then set a day when they will do a deposit. Cool. So that's pretty much the entire strategy. And the one caveat is, how do you get the mixing and mastering engineers? So you get them from soundbetter.com. So once again, that's soundbetter.com. And so go over there and try to search for a mixing engineer that has worked with some bigger names but doesn't charge big name prices. So you're looking for them to charge $250 or less, anywhere from $150 to $250 per track. Offer a free mix and master and say, yeah, my engineers work with these guys. And that way it's going to give you credibility, and they're going to get an amazing deal. So you sell them 1-2 custom beats with a free mix and master from a professional engineer for $1,000. And I promise you this offer works because I've done it and I've scaled it up to thousands a month. So, and I've helped other people to do the same thing. So utilize this, put this into practice. And if you want help to build this business up, and I can hold your hand through the entire process and say, do this at this time so that you can get this result by X amount of days, then I can teach you how to make $3,000 a month in less than 16 weeks, if not more than that. I've helped somebody to make $4,000 in a month before too. So if you want help to do that, then click the link below and schedule a free business audit strategy call with me. And we'll sit down for 45 minutes on Zoom and see if my programs are a good fit to get you there to making thousands a month. If it's not, I'll point you in the right direction. If it is, then we'll get you into the program and I will help you to make thousands of dollars a month from music production, even if you've never done it before. That link is in the description. So make sure you go and fill out the application. It'll take like 2 seconds, and then you can book a call with me. I'll talk with you soon on this, and I look forward to helping you. If nothing else, make sure you go to Instagram at Kobe Sample Source. DM me the word offer, and I'll send you over that offer course entirely for free. So until next time, I was happy to help out with this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.